Here we go again.
Oh, look at who we have here, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is so racist. The reason he went bald is because his hair was black. Stephen Miller puts the cyst in white supremacist. He's like if baby Hitler traveled in time to kill us.
So Jimmy Kimmel did his own version of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Look at Mo, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
And of course, the right-wing spin is on.
The First Lady posted this. Kimmel's hateful and violent rhetoric is intended to divide our country. His monologue about my family isn't comedy. His words are corrosive and deepens the political sickness within America. People like Kimmel shouldn't have the opportunity to enter our homes each evening to spread hate. A coward, Kimmel hides behind ABC because he knows the network will keep running to cover to protect him. Enough is enough. It is time for ABC to take a stand. How many times will ABC's leadership enable Kimmel's atrocious behavior at the expense of our community?
President Trump is calling on Disney and ABC to fire late-night host Jimmy Kimmel for these comments during a parody of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Today slammed Kimmel for what he called a despicable call to violence, labeling the skit something far beyond the pale. Though Kimmel has not explained what he meant by the joke, the White House argues it was violent rhetoric.
Who in their right minds says a wife would be glowing over the potential murder of her beloved husband?
Then her senior advisor went on Fox News.
It's done. It's over. Jimmy Kimmel should be terminated from ABC. And I think ABC needs to determine, is this the type of person and violent rhetoric that it wants to affiliate with?
Keep in mind, Kimmel's bit took place 2 whole days prior to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And yet, what really gets me is stuff like this. You have Michael Knowles, a failed Hollywood actor turned right-wing kook for the Daily Wire, tweeting, Kimmel should obviously be fired. Lest we forget, same dude who tweeted, comedians should not lose their jobs for telling jokes, and professors should not lose their jobs for discussing ideas. Rob Schneider, the you can do it guy, that schmo. He's now a MAGA comedian, I kid you not. And he would write, Jimmy Kimmel's contract with Disney ABC TV ends April 30th. He won't make it that long. Disney will fire Kimmel tomorrow morning. We must remember, Schneider himself stating the opposite. Free speech is nothing if it doesn't give the right to say things that infuriates others' sensibilities. By the way, Kimmel just signed a contract extension, so none of that was going to happen. Overall,
we are not fucking doing this anymore. We are not doing this right now. We are not doing this tomorrow. We are not fucking doing this anymore. You guys don't get to play the I'm offended, how dare you routine when Donald J. Trump is the one who just came out the other day and said, Robert Mueller is dead. Good. I like that he's dead. You don't get to say shit when you're the one who tweeted, an entire civilization will die tonight. An entire civilization will die. You make nuclear threats on a regular basis. Forget about the things you say, which are bad enough, because you do actual threats, direct threats of violence. You actually triple tapped an elementary school, you bitch. You bombed a hospital, multiple hospitals. You bombed multiple schools. You bombed power plants. You bombed a steel plant. You bombed all this different civilian infrastructure in Iran. You're arming and funding a genocide in Gaza. You're letting Israel do another genocide in South Lebanon. You are the war criminal of all war criminals. You are the terrorist of all terrorists, okay? You don't get to simultaneously go on like a fucking colossal murder spree and then whine about mean language, mean jokes coming from the other side.
Speaking of Kyle, remember when Michael Knowles had that hypocritical tweet? Well, Kyle would reply, such a cuck. Why exactly?
He just did the regime change in Venezuela. He bombed Yemen and Somalia and Nigeria and Iran. He's threatening Greenland and Panama and Canada and Cuba and Mexico. And you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump could do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your fucking life?
No, there have been plenty of Trump policies that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the time. So the First Step Act I thought was a misstep. But I would say the rest. Excuse me. I would say the rest of the.
Now you have the context, but hang on a second. I thought.
And have like a sense of humor, So, I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, Like, you can't make fun of anything. So then it was like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy.
So now they're going after Kimmel again, doing the same song and dance that we have seen previously.
Donald Trump is trying to get late-night comedian Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air again. Today, Trump's FCC chairman Brendan Carr took the unprecedented step of threatening Disney's broadcast licenses by bringing them under an early review. The Trump administration claims this is part of its investigation into diversity, equity, inclusion at Disney.
So while we keep seeing these baseless claims by the Trump admin, Melania Trump used the line of hateful and violent rhetoric. That is rich.
Did anybody ever ask Trump, after Melissa Hortman got murdered by a fucking MAGA terrorist, did anybody ask Trump, hey man, do you feel responsible for this? That you actually use violent incendiary rhetoric pointed at Democrats all the fucking time, and now somebody took that and murdered a Democrat, right? Does that occur to you? No, nobody asked him. I love how they always flip the burden of proof. They flip the onus. Flip it back on the Democrats. Somehow you always got to be the adult in the room, the bigger person, the better person, even though he's actually unhinged. He's actually violent with his rhetoric. You just simply tell the truth about what he's doing. So let's remember, guys, here are the things Trump has said about Democrats. They're the enemy within. They're scum, terrorists, vermin, radical, lunatics, demonic, evil, fascists, Marxists, communists, garbage, the enemy of the people, treasonous, animals, degenerates, Jew haters, lowlives. That's just a little taste of the stuff that he says about Democrats all the fucking time.
Let's go further. Trump portrayed the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, and the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, as apes. He would say of Liz Cheney, let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her. Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. Trump would share this video on his Truth Social account that showed someone driving a truck decked out in pro-MAGA, pro-Trump stuff with former President Joe Biden hogtied on the back. This is still up on his page to this day after Trump was really ticked at his former vice president, Mike Pence, for not stopping the steal of a Joe Biden win. He tweeted that Pence didn't have the courage to protect the states and the Constitution. Blissful projection, of course. Thereafter, the Trump crowd would do this.
Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us. And if he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country. And Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
I'm telling you what, I'm hearing that Pence just caved.
No.
Is that true? I'm hearing reports that Pence caved.
No
I'm
way.
telling you, if Pence caved, we're going to drag through the streets. You politicians are going to get drugged through the streets.
Bring out Pence! Bring him out! Bring out Pence! Bring him out! Bring out Pence!
The President of the United States has threatened members of the press multiple times. And let's go revisit the George Floyd protest, shall we?
A total lack of leadership. And then he makes it political. Either the very weak radical left mayor, Jacob Frey, gets together and brings the city under control, or I will send in the National Guard and get the job done right. As we've already said, the National Guard has already been ordered in and not by the president. This is interesting too, right. Part 2. These thugs, that is a loaded word in the United States, are dishonouring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Tim Walz, told him the military is with him. Any difficulty, we will assume control. And then again, an extraordinary line, when the looting starts, the shooting starts.
Speaking of a heckler, Trump would say, maybe he should have been roughed up because it was absolutely disgusting what he was doing.
Much fun. I love it. I love it. We having a good time? USA, USA. Knock the crap out of him, would you? Seriously.
At a Republican primary debate, Donald Trump would say, I would bring back waterboarding, and I'd bring back a hell of a lot worse than waterboarding. He called Nazis very fine people after Charlottesville. Don't ever forget that. He was happy when Robert Mueller died. He put out a psychotic post when the news of Rob Reiner surfaced. And some of his cronies, like Utah Senator Mike Lee, would agree with Melania Trump. Meanwhile, he tweeted not long ago, government censorship is un-American. And you know, I'm old enough to remember the litany of attacks from conservatives pertaining to President Obama, but we would be here forever if we did that. Much like them saying, keep politics out of sports. Really what it all means when they say, no, we must fire Jimmy Kimmel, it's very, very similar. Because what they mean is, keep our politics in sports. Keep our free speech in the Constitution. Keep our comedians at the forefront. And silence those who disagree.